record button.
Oh, excuse
Going
me.
live.
You're in there.
This is the first time I have not worn a hat on Fusion Live in quite a while because
Oh yeah.
got my ears lowered.
Got. That's a way of putting it.
As my grandpappy used to say,
I got my ears
got
lowered.
my ears lowered. I never understood that sentence.
Okay. All right.
Jay,
You're gonna do what?
I'm gonna show myself.
Already?
Not on purpose, but yeah.
Oh.
Wow, Lydia's joining from Vermont.
Are you sipping? Are you sipping on some fine maple syrup? I'll just
Vermont.
assume.
Yeah, because that's what's up there. Oh, speaking of maple syrup, since you're up there, you might as well bring some back.
I mean, if you're grabbing some,
Might as well.
just saying, that's delicious.
Wow.
Gonna want some pancakes.
Vermont.
I can make those, but you say syrup or syrup?
When I hear them, I don't talk regularly. You know, like you hear something like syrup. I think I say syrup. Yeah, can I have some syrup? Syrup.
Syrup.
I-
You say syrup.
I think yeah, syrup.
You're a normal human being.
Yeah.
Syrup.
See, I think I say syrup.
There's only one
Yeah.
you. There's only one you in that word.
That is true.
There's only one.
There's no sir in the front of syrup.
6
Syrup.
bottles. I didn't realize you were a dealer.
Syrup deal.
That's a whole nother level. That's fantastic. That's
Oh, my
beautiful.
goodness.
Oh man. Oh
That's really good.
man, we didn't do this last week because you were you abandoned us.
Yeah,
And then
man.
I can't do a show by myself. So
Yeah, guys. On sabbatical. But now we're back.
what I guess we'll let we always like to do a little question while we're getting new friends, and since syrup is the topic of conversation, I guess the question is, what is the best thing to put syrup on? Pancakes, waffles, French toast.
Oh, this has to be contextualized.
Pancakes, waffles, French toast. Which is the
I
best?
have to choose?
Hi, Dina. How are you?
All right. Oh my gosh.
You tell us too. What?
Yeah, this
what-
is hard. It's hard because different places have better versions of the other. So like certain places that does pancakes really well. You're from Jersey. I'm sorry, I got really excited.
Hey, did.
You are from
Hi there.
Jersey. Yes. You're from Jersey.
Diner capital of the world.
Of the entire world. All right.
We invented breakfast, and we
All right.
serve it 24 hours, 365.
Have you been to Hoboken?
I have been to Hoboken.
Hoboken. Oh, yeah. Maybe it's a city thing. All right.
Hoboken.
Yes. Have you eaten at a pancake place called Stacks?
I've not.
Oh my
I've
gosh.
not. I've not.
My mouth is watering.
I'm sure it's delicious.
Stacks, and there's another place in Nyack called Strawberry Place. Their pancakes are amazing. Waffles are always good, and then I've had some really good French toast, but I'm gonna have to go pancakes.
I'm gonna frame the question.
Uh-huh.
All right. Simply because the answer is French toast. Because nothing else goes on French toast. You can put other things on pancakes and waffles, and it's delicious. I would make the argument that nothing else goes on French toast.
I've never tried anything else. What about like jam or like jelly or something?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
first?
Like you get waffles with that fruit topping,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that blueberry
yeah.
syrup.
You could just eat it just like
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. I'll take that over. But I'm
I don't know.
not
I've
going
never
to
had-
put that on French toast. It's
I
syrup all
don't,
day.
yeah, but it might taste good though.
It could.
But I've never had that. Yeah, I've never had that.
I'm a sucker for like that blueberry syrup with the chunks or the strawberry. Sometimes in fall they'll have like apples, and it's like apple pie filling on top of a waffle.
Make sure those apples are peeled.
Who?
I've had it. I've had unpeeled apples on top of pancakes before. It's not good.
I mean, you could put a banana on a French toast, but why would you ruin the French toast like that? I'm not a banana fan.
What?
I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of bananas.
Little bananas, walnuts.
Nah.
Oh.
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh, honey on French toast.
I mean, honey is just. I mean, it's kind of like syrup. But
It is. It's
honey's
supplemental.
delicious. I'll take syrup, especially if it's straight from our dealer, Lydia. who's
Lydia.
bringing it back from. That's awesome. All right, so it is. We got one more minute. Let's see. Trying to think more. I'm hungry now. We always talk about food, and I always get hungry because I never eat dinner before we do these.
Yeah, most definitely. Good stuff. How do you like your eggs?
Didn't we talk about this before?
Did we?
I know. I had a conversation. I've had this conversation before. So here I'm going to reframe this. If I say eggs, what type of egg immediately comes to your mind?
Scrambled.
All right. It's a fried egg comes to my mind.
Yeah. So I prefer fried eggs, but I think scrambled is ingrained in my mind.
Which one is the emoji?
Fried.
Yeah, there's your answer.
Yeah, it's my favorite type of egg.
I go fried too. Also,
Favorite-
I'm just going to say
favorite
this
egg.
now as two people who are not native of Pennsylvania. There's a certain phrase that people in Pennsylvania call those type of eggs that I will not deem with a response. I will not acknowledge it if it shows up in the comments because it's stupid. And I will. You know what I'm talking about, Pennsylvanians. Don't you dare. It is a fried egg. It is a sunny side up egg. It is an over easy egg. All of those are acceptable. That
Yeah.
is no. No. Nope. Not gonna do it.
Oh
Not gonna do it.
my
All right.
goodness.
It is 7:00. We are here. So you guys may not know this, but Donovan and I decided this week that we are going to launch the Fusion News Network.
Yes.
FNN.
The Fusion News Network. Here we go.
All of the news that you didn't know that you needed.
We'll be giving to you right here. Somebody said it in the comments.
Oh, I know they would. I baited all of you. You can go. I will not say it out loud. I will not. It's ridiculous. You sound like that's something I expect my 3-year-old to say. Yeah. All right. So we know that there is a ton of news all the time, but in the world right now, there is a ton of bad news, and this is not just a blatant ripoff of John Krasinski and his Good News Network, which I miss, by the way, and he needs to come back. But I thought it would be fun to maybe take a break from some of the super serious stuff that we're going on in the world. Like we could sit here, we could talk about the fact that the U.S. set a record for new COVID cases yesterday, which is really serious and really depressing, and things need to happen for that.
Yep.
We want to take a break from that and talk about maybe some of the news stories that you might have missed
Yes.
because of the really, really serious things that
That
we're
is
choosing to not
happening
acknowledge right now. So I have 3 headlines. Do you
I have 4. I brought an extra one.
brought an
in
extra one
case.
just in case? I have more. I have one that I want to save for last. So I'm not going to say I will go first if I want to, but I have one that I want to save for last because it is my favorite story, not just of the week,
Okay.
but of a really, really substantially long period of time. If you guys have news stories that you have enjoyed, if you want to throw those in those comments, we will, just give us the headline. We can try to find it and read it. Give us, a 1-sentence synopsis of what it is.
Cool with that.
All right. So, well, since you have more, why don't you go first?
Yeah, definitely go first. All right. So there's a news story going around.
I feel like we should have like papers to be like, next up.
Well, no, this is the new age, man.
That's right. We have
This the new wave.
papers,
Yeah, the new wave right now.
technology.
There we go.
That is a producer right there.
There we go.
There's no words.
There we go. New and old age.
You know what I always loved? Did you ever watch The Daily Show with Jon Stewart?
Yes.
I miss Jon Stewart so much. He would always have a
fun.
pen with papers with nothing on it, and as he was talking, he would just draw squiggly lines. And I'm like, I have a pen. I'm going to do that.
Jon Stewart's hilarious.
Yes.
Oh. All right, here we go. So the first one. So there is a news story going around. A woman's 51-year-old mom is carrying her baby. Yes. So it's a surrogate. So
So grandma
grandma
is
is carrying the baby, carrying
Okay.
the grandchild.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. So starts off a little sad, but ends in some joy. So the mom and her husband have been trying for a very long time to have children,
Oh,
and to no avail. They've tried tons and tons of things, and she talked about this with her mom, and her mom
I'd hope so.
suggested, and her mom suggested to carry her grandchild for her, and it worked out, man.
So is it happening currently? Has the baby arrived?
No, the baby has not arrived.
Okay.
The mom is the grandmom is currently carrying the grandchild as we speak.
Interesting. The only thing that's popping up in my mind right now is weird stuff. 'Cause
Yep.
this is a unique thing.
Oh my gosh.
There are two movies from the 90s that have immediately popped up in my brain. And so the first one is Father of the Bride Part 2.
Okay,
Because
part 2.
Yes, part 2, because the plot of that movie, and I'm spending way too much time on a movie nobody cares about, is that the daughter and the mom get pregnant at the same time.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Right? So like the
Okay.
cut, like
Actually did forget about that.
their like nephew and the uncle and they end up being born on the same day.
Yep. I'm not gonna.
And then the
figure it
fact
out.
that you said surrogate, all I'm thinking about is the awful movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger Jr., where Arnold Schwarzenegger ends up pregnant
Yeah.
in things that defeat science and all of the ways
Yes.
that don't make sense. So
Yes.
this is a much better story than those movies.
Okay.
And I'm going to stop talking now.
Yeah. No. You have to give your.
Oh, I get to do mine. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the option. All right?
Okay.
Do you want I'll do both, but you get to choose first. Do you want a sports story or do you want a Disney story?
Oh, give me sports first.
Sports first. All right. Did you hear that baseball is coming back?
Yes.
All right. So baseball came to an agreement. This is not the story, but this is the story for the story.
Okay.
Baseball is coming back. Baseball is going to start their season actually a week before basketball is
I didn't know that.
in their own stadium. So July 24th, I think, is their set day. And it's
Okay.
going to play in their own stadiums. But of course, because we're in a pandemic, no fans. This is going to cause a problem. So here is the headline. Without baseball, there are a lot of unsold peanuts sitting in cold storage right now.
I sold peanuts just in storage. They just have them in
Well, what are you
storage.
going to do? So
They just
apparently
have 'em
25% of peanut sales in this country go to
Go
baseball
to
stadiums.
And the other probably 75 go to Five Guys.
It's a good chance. So there are 4 to 7 million bags of peanuts that are going to go unsold this year that would have been sold at baseball games.
Wow.
And that makes me sad because one,
Wow.
peanuts are delicious.
Yeah.
That's one of my go-to ballpark snacks.
Uh-huh.
Hot dog, peanuts.
Yeah.
Cracker Jacks are great.
Oh yeah.
That's why they made the song about it.
Always.
So
Man.
this is, it's interesting because I'm excited that sports are going to come back. I hope they're able to do it safely. There's a lot that's going on in here, but like even with this, there's a whole side of things that we don't think about, and peanuts
Is one of those
is
things.
one of them.
It is definitely one of those things.
So Jordan said, "Why don't we just donate it to food banks?" I think that's one way to do it. But there's also the fact that all these peanut farmers are going to be losing out on money, and they may not be able to stay in business. So there's feeding people, but then there's also the sustainability of the farmers who are doing it. And
man.
I just say make the world's largest vat of peanut butter, and give me a spoon.
Man. All right. Well, yep. When
You did not see that
baseball
coming, did you?
No, I did not at all. I didn't know it was
That
going to be
is-
about peanuts. The story
It's going to be a
was
lot of my
baseball.
stories.
Okay, that's fine with me. That's fine with me. Okay, this new story came with you guys in mind. My wife told me about this one. So there is a student in New York that has not missed a day of school. Right? Exactly. So,
Why?
Young girl, since pre-K, and she's now the valedictorian of her senior class, has not missed a day of school since pre-K.
And she's in what grade?
She just graduated high school. So that is,
She is the Cal Ripken of school.
oh yeah, yep, and the valedictorian. Yes, she is. I just got the irony of school.
Going back to my baseball, Cal Ripken he set the most consecutive games played streak. He played like 20 I'm gonna get butchered because we're in
It's-
Oriole country. Somewhere around
It's obscene.
2,500 straight games,
Obscene. Obscene.
ballpark.
Obscene. So,
Why? Why?
I,
Why?
she talked about being dedicated to her education. She also received upwards of $400,000 in scholarships.
Now, I know college costs a lot. She could just keep going.
Yeah,
forever.
How many times you want to go to college? So days of school. That is
there-
4,650 days of school, consecutive days of school. 4,650.
In the comments, on average, how many days of school do you think you guys miss in a given year, between sickness or mental health days?
Yep.
Legit sick, just kind of like laying your head on the radiator to try to fool your mom sick.
Oh, I've done that
this
once or
is-
twice. Just once or twice.
I cannot. I'm just thinking about all of the ways that I tried to fool my parents to not let me go to school
Oh, most definitely.
over the years.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
That's
I perfected a cough just so I wouldn't have to go to school. My mom saw right through it, but you know.
I in this moment I'm just gonna go movie references. I always think about Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So the entire first 10 minutes of that movie is dedicated to telling you how to not spend time in school. And he always
That is
said
true.
that it is not the fever, because if you have a fever, then you're probably gonna end up at the doctor's. You fake the upset stomach, not to the point of puking, right? And then when you're bent over back, like when you're doubled over saying, "Oh, I got a stomach ache," you lick your palms. And that way they feel clammy. And then, I don't know, I guess you. This is all pre-COVID.
Touch your parents.
This
yeah.
is pre-COVID. None of this works anymore.
These are gems, guys.
these-
These are gems.
here's what I'm gonna say. School is really important.
It really is.
It is. That's stupid.
That's,
That's just flat out.
in college, I know he went mom, but I'm still not going to say his name. In college, we have certain amount of skip days. I remember going to a specific class. On the first day of our class, my professor said, "Hey, use your skip days. Plan them out well, but make sure you use them." And I've kept that philosophy all throughout college.
There is such a thing as too much of a good thing.
It's too much. You don't think
We can
four-
debate whether school is that good thing.
You don't think 4,650 consecutive days of school?
I think
Is it a
at
good
some
thing?
point she's just gonna snap.
She just
I hope she takes advantage of those summer breaks. Maybe she just chose summer school and never took a break.
yeah. Well, COVID is the break.
Ferris Bueller, Lydia. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
COVID.
Because we all
Is
need
the
to have
break.
a Ferris Bueller's Day Off experience in our life at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it can't be that ridiculous.
Yeah. But she's getting a break. COVID.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
Yep.
I feel bad. All right. All right. Here's my next one.
Uh-huh.
All right. So I promised you either sports or Disney. So here's Disney. And this is going to have, so there's the story, and then there's what's happening behind the story.
Okay.
So this may take a serious turn. We can decide where it's going to go.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. So are you familiar? Have you ever been to Disney?
No.
No. All right. I've been to both Disneyland and Disney World. I was 3 when I went to Disneyland. That doesn't count.
Uh-huh.
I went to Disney World when I was like 9. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with Splash Mountain?
Yes.
Okay. So Splash Mountain is going to get a facelift.
I heard.
All right. So this is familiar to you. So Splash Mountain it's a log flume. So every amusement park in the world has a version of Splash Mountain. You get on the little log, you go, and then there's the big hill at the bottom where you get wet, right? Nothing wrong with that. Except the problem is that Splash Mountain, everything in Disney is themed around something that Disney has done, usually a movie. And Splash Mountain is themed over a movie called, I always forget the specific name of it. It's Tales from the South, something like that. Let me see if I can find it in
I have it
here.
up on my
So
phone.
it is a movie that you cannot find anywhere. Songs from the South is what it's called. You cannot find Song of the South. It's from 1946, and you cannot find it anywhere. It was never released on video because basically it's about how great slavery was.
Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
So you cannot find this movie, which is great. But for whatever reason, this ride, which is not that old, is themed after this movie that you cannot find. I do remember the song "Zippity Doo Dah" is off of that movie, and I remember that song from being a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can find that. But so what they're going to do, they realize that all right, this is problematic, especially in our current culture. So they're going to change the theme. They're not going to take out the ride. They're going to change the theme of it, and they are going to switch it over to be The Princess and the Frog, which is the first black Disney princess, which I thought was a good move, albeit maybe a late move.
Just a little bit.
By
Just
Disney.
a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, super ironic. Yeah, me and Raquel were talking about that. She sent that to me, and I was like, oh, okay. Maybe one day I'll actually get to Disney to see it now.
And it will be better because it will not
Amen.
be given on a.
Amen.
So I guess, yeah, super late. Absolutely super late. So we don't have to go too far down this road, but like, what is your thought about people making these changes to things that, statues are being torn down all over the place.
Yeah.
Disney is changing things. NASCAR, finally got rid of the Confederate flag. It's about time. NCAA came out with a rule saying that no championships will be played in any state that is flying the Confederate flag.
I didn't see that headline.
But there's another one. There you
Okay.
go. Twofer. You get a
Okay.
twofer. So everybody's making these changes, and just, you have a different perspective on this than I do, obviously. So just
Yeah.
putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I know, right? A lot of things are nuanced, but when things are done, so let's take the Splash Mountain situation. When we can go like, yeah, this probably should have been done a long time ago, then that's where I go like, yeah. All right. So it also shows, I think, where the nation kind of is, but then also where it was and the silence that's kind of been happening all along. So you kind of hear that and it's like, okay, like good. I'm like, yeah, it's good, but it's kind of like, yeah, good. Should have been done before. But now I'm grateful that things are changing. People are listening. People are willing to talk and willing to change some stuff up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to balance that better late than never mentality.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the frustration of it.
That's fair.
Let's highlight the optimism in all of this, which is amen for change is happening. And also what I would love to continue to see is actually a lot of diversity on boards so that these things can continue to happen.
Yes.
So.
Yes, absolutely. I think obviously Disney knew. I think the interesting thing with Disney is Disney knew it was a problem. That's why they didn't release this on video. So it wasn't. You can't just feign ignorance and say, "Oh, we didn't know." You made the conscious decision to block this on certain parts and then allowed it to happen in other parts,
Yeah.
and that's where it gets a little more dicey for me.
Yeah.
But it's being changed now, and the fact that they're not just like they're not just removing the bad parts; they're trying to replace it with a positive thing. Because you can even make the same argument about like why did it take so long for there to be a black Disney princess to begin with?
That's what I said. I'm gonna focus on
Yeah.
some positive stuff. So
we are
but yeah,
hopefully taking steps in the right direction, but there's still a lot
Yeah.
more work to do.
Yeah, and like I said, like as long as people are having conversations and willing to listen. Another subtle frustration point is, I definitely don't think that no one said anything. If that makes any sense, I believe people said stuff throughout the years.
Oh, I
of this will
would
happen,
imagine.
and it didn't listen. So hopefully now people would kind of take into consideration what other voices that see certain things are saying.
Yes,
So-
Lydia, I'm all for reimagining what it can look like. So, long live new Splash Mountain.
No, long live Princess and the Frog thing, whatever they call it.
There you go. I think they're keeping the name. They're just it's like so We don't have to get into it, but like Disney has all those stupid animatronic things that are everywhere. It's like little like robot rabbits and things. Like they're changing all that out to match it, but maybe they'll change the name. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows?
Take what you can get.
Raquel, you did ask a question. My first memory is actually Disney when I was 3. I remember the Electric Light Parade when I was 3 years old. It's my first memory. I don't remember anything else about being in California and being on the wrong end of the country, but for that, I remember that. So yes, I remember being at Disney, and I'm gonna give you a peek into Jay. So apparently, the first thing I did when I walked into Disney, I don't remember this, but my parents told me, was I ran up to Mickey and I told him, I just screamed, threw my arms out, gave him a big hug, and I was like, "It's me." Like, because we had conversed over the television for so long, he should have known. And then he patted me on the head and gave me a hug back. So there you go.
There you go.
Adorableness.
There we go.
All right, you have the next.
Yep,
you have the next headline.
I'll do, since I got 4, I'll just do 2, and then you can end us off. All right. So this one is kind of sad, but you know, we never know what happens. So Chuck E. Cheese apparently filed for bankruptcy protection. I thought that this was very important. This is a place that a lot of people's childhoods have been formed.
I have never walked
Why?
into a Chuck E. Cheese in my life.
I have never either. Me and Raquel literally were talking about this the other day. I've never. So in New York, they had a place called Discovery Zone.
Yes, we had the same. Yep.
I went to Discovery Zone. I did not go to Chuck E. Cheese.
I also did not go to Discovery.
You didn't go to Discovery Zone either?
No, because we had independent ones that were like arcades that were better. It was like a kid's Dave and Buster's.
Okay. Well, that's basically what it was.
I know.
So.
I know. Did you hear what Chuck E. Cheese did before this to try to stay solvent in a torn economy?
No.
They changed their name. So all of these new pizza places started showing up around, and it was called Pasquale's Pizza. Pasquale's Pizza, and like everyone was trying to figure out how these new pizza restaurants started opening up during COVID, and it's because Chuck E. Cheese, to have any kind of income in a time when nobody could come in, started selling takeout pizza under another company's name, because Pasquale is a member of Chuck E. Cheese's band, and yeah.
You sneaky mom.
Sneak. Listen, we all know that Chuck E. Cheese was
Chuck
just
E.
a
Cheese.
bed of disease and disgust before all this happened.
Oh, yeah.
Like if COVID kills anything, it will be ball pits. Like ball pits will never be a thing again because they were disgusting before this moment.
That's true. But I actually really love ball pits, though, man.
Oh, they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's never gonna happen again.
Yeah, probably not.
It's never gonna happen again. Do you want to do your other one
Probably
quick?
not. Yeah, last one. And this is just for me. It's kind of sad, but I think it's about time. Vince Carter retires after 22 years in the NBA.
R.I.P.
Yep. It's about time. And
R.I.P.
it took a global pandemic to do it.
I remember watching Vince Carter play in the East Championship as a Nets fan when I was in college against the Lakers,
It's been a while.
and Kobe just destroyed them.
That was a good team, though. That was a good team.
22 years.
22 years.
The man
in
played
NBA.
4 decades of basketball. He played in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and he played in 2020
Yep.
for even a short season.
Yep.
And he was good in all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, he really was.
That man, I will never forget that dunk contest.
Oh,
That
my
360.
favorite. My
Other-
favorite.
Yeah,
I remember watching it live, and when he did his first dunk, it was like, what in the world
If
is
you
this?
if you're a sports fan and you do not appreciate Vince Carter, go on YouTube, watch some highlight reels, watch his dunks, find his dunk contest,
Yes.
and just appreciate the fact that the guy was able to play basketball for 22 years, which is something nobody's able to do.
22 years at the highest level
All right.
of competition.
All right, I think the time's here because this is going to take a couple minutes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Here we go.
All right, Donovan, I have a question for you. Do
Okay.
you know what the capital of Ohio is?
Off the top of my head, no.
This is going to be a question for our friends.
Toledo?
Toledo is not the capital of Ohio. You're on the right track because it is not Cincinnati or Cleveland.
It's not Dayton, is it?
Do you know what the capital is? Not Dayton. Here's
I
a
really don't
hint.
know the capital of Ohio.
There is the only sports team, the only professional sports team in Ohio, not in Cincinnati or in Cleveland, is there, and is an NHL team. Derek knows. There you go. He can be your hint.
Columbus.
Columbus, Ohio is the capital. So, I don't want to get into a ton of political things right here, all right? But this is going to bring up some stuff.
Okay.
All right. Are you aware of the problematic issues with Christopher Columbus?
Oh, yes.
All right. So, for our friends out there, there's just a lot going on with Christopher Columbus. People have been raging against Columbus having its own holiday for a very long time, basically because he falsely took credit for discovering America and let's just call it what it is, kind of committed genocide. When he got here by killing all of the natives. So there is a petition going around to change the name of Columbus, Ohio, the capital of Ohio, to a native Ohio.
So the name will be a native?
No, sorry.
Oh, I was like...
From Columbus, Ohio's favorite son.
Okay.
A man who was born in Columbus, Ohio. A man who has also traveled the world looking for spices.
Who is this person?
The headline I'm about to read to you says, "Thousands sign petition to rename Columbus, Ohio to Flavortown after native son Guy Fieri." Guy Fieri of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and whose mug is all over Food Network anytime you turn it on, was born in Columbus, Ohio, and there's a petition to not change it to Fieri, Ohio, but to change it to Flavortown, USA.
To change to Flavortown, USA.
Flavortown, Ohio would then be the capital, and I have to say,
wow.
Columbus, so I'm just going to read you some sections from this article. The city of Columbus, Ohio has already vowed to bring down its statue of Christopher Columbus, but thousands are hoping to erase its city connection with Columbus forever by renaming it Flavortown in honor of Columbus native Guy Fieri. Now, I don't know if you have ever partaken in one of Guy Fieri's restaurants, for which you can get a side of donkey sauce on anything that it comes with.
Oh my gosh. Flavortown.
Yes. So this is beautiful. This is the change that America needs. Guy Fieri, when COVID happened, raised tens of thousands of dollars for restaurant workers who could not go to work and had could not get unemployment.
I did hear about that.
There's no reason why this shouldn't happen. I can think of zero reasons why this should not happen. You can sign the petition right now. I think that you guys should go.
You know how many people would be so proud to be like, hey, ask me where I'm from. Flavortown.
I'd move there. No, that's not true. I don't want to
I
go.
was about to say, does he even have good restaurants?
Listen, I have at no point in my life woken up one day and been like, I want to go to Ohio.
Never.
Never.
That's why I didn't know the capital.
But you know what? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Ohio. The Pro Football Hall of Fame is in Ohio.
In Canton, it is.
None of those things appeal to me. Do you know what does appeal to me? Waking up one day and say, kids, get in the car. We're going to Flavortown.
None of those things appeal to me.
The capital of Ohio.
You know how many road trips that would start in college? Like, where you going? Guys, let's just go to Flavortown.
Going to Flavortown.
What?
I'm just thinking, like, the sunglasses that you could buy. You could get your tips frosted while you're there. There is a whole marketing, like, you grew up in New York, man. You go to Times Square, and there is just tourist trash left and right.
Yeah,
I
that's
Heart
true.
New York City,
Yeah.
NYC.
Yeah.
You get the stupid glasses for,
Yeah.
the big hat for, New Year's.
Everything, yep.
Just imagine.
All over the place. Wow. Every password to get into every restaurant, anything would be diners,
Julia,
drive-ins,
you bring up
and
a great
dives.
point. Flavortown does sound like a theme park, and when the change happens, guess what is also going to open up? The Flavortown amusement park.
Oh my gosh.
I can just imagine going through.
It smells like barbecue sauce in the entire amusement
Listen,
park.
it's donkey sauce, okay?
That's even worse.
It is donkey sauce.
Oh my
Every citizen
gosh.
receives a vat of donkey sauce upon moving to Flavortown.
One of the rides is like what is it, Grocery Games? That show that he.
Yep. No,
Oh
you just
my
every
gosh.
grocery store, you just walk in, you take whatever ingredients you want, and you get it for free, but you have to cook on the spot. And then you're
Oh
judged.
my goodness.
This is the change that America needs right now.
Yo, shout out to Flavortown.
Flavortown, USA.
Wow. Wow.
I'm sorry. I said tens of thousands of dollars. Guy Fieri has raised more than $20 million for restaurant workers
Wow.
during this pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did Christopher Columbus do?
Yeah. And small, not small, but big shout out to small businesses, man. Big shout out to small businesses. Stay strong. Stay strong.
I need to figure out. I think it's if this can happen anywhere, let's just figure out who the favorite son of every city is and start changing capitals left and right. Harrisburg is a boring name.
Oh, this.
Just saying. Figure out who's from Harrisburg, and go from there.
And then go from there. Get a tagline. Wow.
So, there you go. Those are our headlines. We have
That's
covered the
really
full
good.
news desk, right?
That was a good- yeah.
We have hit, the cultural beat.
Yep.
We have hit the sports beat
Yep.
a couple times. We've obviously hit food and entertainment,
Education.
education, and yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
So
I think that was good. Good to end on.
So for FNN, my name's Jay Bear.
And I'm Donovan Braden.
We'll see you next time.
See you Sunday.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Oh my goodness.
No, for real. Fusion live in this building on Sunday. Any details people need to know?
Hey guys, if you have not, please register. Please register. See our Instagram pages. Make sure that you register. Make sure you invite your friends to come out and come along as well. This
And
is
have
our
them register.
Yes, please. Please have them register. Make sure you guys wear your masks. Ask your parents for the protocols. We sent out those emails. Ask your small group leaders what those protocols are. But make sure you're here on Sunday. If you didn't watch our promo video, watch the promo video, send it out, whatever it is you want to do. But make sure you're here on Sunday.
We missed your face.
Yes, not only because you want to see each other, but we want to see you too. All right? We want to see you too, guys. So please make sure you're here on Sunday. Get your small group and tell them to come on. Come on! We love you.
Next time on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
That was a perfect.